Okay.
And today, we will take all the hairs out.
Today, we're not just cutting one hair. Actually, it is long.
I don't know. It must be like the time of the year changing. You made this comment before where it's like the vitamins are kicking in this time of the year.
Yeah, the vitamin D.
It's like today my doctor, he's like checking things out. He goes, man, he goes, you look really good on paper. And I go, just paper?
What does that mean?
My numbers for like all my stuff came back. He says, they're the best they've ever been. He goes, everything is like low for this, for that. He goes, continue doing what you're doing. And I go, sounds good to me.
Well, that's good news.
He wants to look at the top of my head, and I go, it's covered in hair. And he goes, you're doing better than me on that part, too.
Aww. Oh, boy.
But yeah, no matter what it is, so continue doing it. So I think it might just be because, I've been eating better, stuff like that, too. But they're starting to pay dividends.
You've been eating healthier?
I've been trying to, between, the prepped meals and stuff like that, cutting down on the carbs a lot, and trying to.
That's what I need to do. Cool it on the carbs.
Today I did, I had something from whatever I pulled out, and I had 2 slices of pizza there, 2 slices of cheese bread, so as soon as I did good, that was in today's lunch.
Cheesy bread?
Cheesy bread and pizza.
Why have regular bread when you can have cheesy bread?
You just can't do it all the time. You gotta have something here and there, right?
Yeah.
So,
I've done all kinds of diets in the past. It's more or less for the discipline, I think, because they never last unless you make a total lifestyle choice, like vegetarian, vegan.
It's just, some days easier than others too, right? I think that when I do the meal prep, I do a lot better because I don't have to think anything through. So any big plans coming this weekend?
No. My best friend's daughter is graduating college.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm. So I was gonna...
They doing a little after party for it or whatever?
They're going out to eat. So I'm not going to the graduation though. She's graduating from Grand Rapids. I was going to, but I'm kind of sick of driving to Grand Rapids, even though it's been a little while, because that's where my dad lived.
Yep. Well, that's a drive for you, right? 3+ hours probably, right?
It is.
That was, the last time I was here, I think, he had his fiance
Yeah.
over. How's she doing?
She's doing good. She's actually coming in for my dad's birthday, and we're gonna go. So our church, she likes the church that Will and I go to.
Nice.
They're having it's called Sisterhood, and it's happening on my dad's birthday, which is a Friday, I believe.
Okay.
So it's like an event for all women. It's like a 3-hour event, and she wants to come in for that, so I thought, perfect.
Are you going with her then?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's going to stay the night, and we're going to go, and then that's Mother's Day weekend, and then my mom's coming in town right after that.
Oh, that's nice. She's north, right? Like Alpena, right?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So, both my mom and dad moved about 3-ish hours away.
Okay.
And on opposite sides of the state. Like, my dad went west and my mom went north.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they both moved within 2 months of each other. And it's like a mile difference for how far they moved. Like 144 miles and the other one's 145 miles. Or something like that.
The far corners of Michigan.
Yeah. I think it's more than that. I don't know. I forget.
This is the guy about my bathroom. Pretty much done with everything. I have a couple of touch-ups to the bathroom. That wall needs another coat of plaster. Probably dry throughout the weekend. Okay, we'll finish up on Monday.
Nice.
Yeah, so I found out, of course, my walls were not square, and those big tiles, you can't cut them or else they're going to be, bad. They'll look funny, and the cut will be at an angle. So if my wall was flush on the bottom. By the time we got to the top, the tile stuck out about 3/4 of an inch. So we had to fill that all in with mud and slope it out the entire part of the wall so it looks natural. And he's done a great job. It was so good looking yesterday. We worked on it again today. So sounds like he's going to finish up on Monday, which is good by me.
Hell yeah. So how long has he been working on your bathroom?
So it's two different things. So the first time they came in on a Thursday, and they were done, everything laid, tore out, the whole 9 yards, but they were finished up on Saturday. The plumber came out on Sunday, hooked up the shower and the faucets and all that, and he hung my, I call them all shit bars because I put them in just to save too late when I get older.
Oh, yeah.
He was done a couple hours, so I called this is my housekeeper's husband, does painting. He started on yesterday, and he'll be done. He's not going to work the weekend, but a few days he's had my hallway painted, the entire bathroom with the mudding. He fixed a wall in my bedroom, and he fixed a couple of the trim areas in my kitchen where I had the quartz done a couple of years ago, and they did a bad job where they took the pry bar and used it against the wood and kind of messed it up pretty good. And he's fixing all that. So all in all, I mean, if you string it together, we're talking about a week.
Wow.
I mean, it's been done at different times. And then the door, they came out last Wednesday, had all that picked out. Thursday, put half the down payment, and it'll be in between 3 and 6 weeks. But they said they've been going on the shorter side of things. It'll be 2 hours to install the door, and I did that clear glass with the like spot resistant, coating and all that, so it kind of dries clean every time. So, but yeah, I mean, that won't be long there, but yeah, maybe a week or a little over a week. But two different things: the contractors to do the bathroom piece and the tile piece, the plumber to pull the toilet, and he did the other things. But like I say, I mean, he was only a couple hours total.
That's awesome.
And then the painter guy, I mean, it's nice when you can do that shit free-handed and not have to do a lot of taping and everything.
Right.
You can still do it 575 calories and you'll have your move ring. Digital harassment.
Digital harassment. Does your watch tell you, get moving when you've been sitting for a while?
Yeah, time to stand.
I turn that feature off because when I'm doing nails, I'm sitting.
Show me how to do that because I want to turn it off too.
Do you have an Apple?
Yeah, mine's an Apple 7, I think.
I don't... it's got to be maybe in your settings. Or when it does it, you can click. When it tells you that, I think you can click on it. And then...
But you can do dismiss.
Okay.
I mean, it always But
it reminds you, right?
It vibrates on your wrist.
Yeah. See, I have an Android.
And I thought it was a text from him telling me, because I gave him just a thumbs up because he was a little busy. But yeah, I mean, this guy came out within a half hour. He had me quoted. I had the paint colors already done. I mean, and next thing you know, he goes, picks it up with his discount. He gets all that done and just made it real easy, and then he just...
That's awesome.
His wife already has the code to the house because, she cleans my house. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, so, I mean, her cleaning company does my house. So the only thing I did was I canceled one cleaning when the bathroom was all tore apart. I cleaned that dust up myself and did the house myself that week. And then she'll be coming out tomorrow cleaning up after him.
What a dynamic duo.
And he works at Ford, a real early shift.
Okay.
And he works, I think, it's either on the engine line or the transmission, something like that. But he took 4 hours vacation yesterday. He was at my house by 9 a.m. He worked all day while I was at work. And then, like I said, I couldn't believe how much he got done in one day.
Wow.
And now I'll take a picture of the color of the bath, but it goes so good with the tile and the shower. I mean, it's I couldn't have picked a better color. I mean, the combo, like you say, the guys when they were laying the tile and the guy at the tile place, he goes, you couldn't have picked a better combination. Do you want to go? He goes, I would have never put the two of these. I go, it's kind of what I do for a living.
Yeah, no kidding.
But, it's just like, and then the coloring, yeah, it's something, an idea, and I go, that's what I want right there, and it just ties in real nice.
Now, does he have, like, a side business, or is this, like, something that he just kind of does?
Something that he just kind of does.
Okay.
He didn't have a business card or anything.
Gotcha.
But what was nice is, like, I come in and I told her that you told me your husband painted, right? And he goes, oh, yeah, it's just, he does all this, that. I mean, he came in and whatever he needed to fix, he fixed. Whatever he needed to do, he had everything prepped, and it's not like I had to walk around and say, well, can you do this? Can you fix this? I mean, I pointed out a couple of things. The rest of the stuff, if he saw an issue, I came in yesterday and it was, kind of like, mudded and, prepped and sanded, and it's like everything was done. I mean, so he just does a real good job top to bottom.
Wow. See, that's awesome that he did a great job, too, because she's at your house all the time, and it would not be good if he didn't do a good job, and you've got to see her. And
oh, that's kind of the other thing, and I coordinated, and maybe he even did it, too, because he might know that she comes out to my place on Friday. He had coordinated everything, so, she's going to be up cleaning behind him. So, because he comes in and goes, wow, you keep a very nice place. I go, your wife says the same thing.
Aww.
You just keep on top of things. Like you do your place, right? It's just easier that way.
Yeah.
Let it go to shit, then you got to work your ass off to get it back.
Yesterday was my clean day, and I feel like it already got ruined again. Cats.
Well, I mean...
Oh, the hair.
Yeah.
I had a free day, and got my floors mopped, everything's done.
I do think, like, with the color, that's kind of why I have, like, those lighter gray ones like yours and mine.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I ended up doing that because I liked how yours hid so much stuff.
Yes.
And there's, like, that white tile that I had before just
shows everything. Same with really dark. So, it does, but after I mopped yesterday, I could really tell the difference. I'm like, okay, now that's how these floors are supposed to look really clean.
But it's nice that they kind of hide the stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, you don't have to keep up on it every day. But yeah, I mean, in the end, I was going to do like those big tiles on the floor of my shower. And then when I looked at these ones here, I go, oh, these even have more of a texture to them, which would be good in the water. Now I wouldn't have to worry about slipping and falling.
Oh, yeah.
So I just did all the floor the same color, shower and the bathroom. Then I did... I don't know if you noticed around the walls, they're the same thing as the shower. So I kept the shower, everything, and I trimmed that for the baseboard around the gray. So as always, the walls are that one, and then the gray tiles on the floor. And then I had everything trimmed in that nickel.
Okay.
So the brushed nickel, so just give it a real nice, clean look to it. So I had a friend of mine, she's got a new BMW down at work, the electric one.
Oh, how'd she like it?
She likes it. It's a six-figure car.
Whoa.
So she ended up picking up a screw the other week, and she went in and she goes, they don't even have a tire to replace the tire that I took a screw in. I go, what? And she goes, they're cutting-edge tires. I go, so they made just the four? She goes, you are such an ass. And I go, well, what did they do? So then she, they had her car for like 3-4 days.
Oh, wow.
They had to bring a tire in from Chicago at another dealership.
What?
Chicago took it to Ohio, and somebody in Ohio that was going down to another place, they shipped it there and brought it back on a truck. And I says, so in my text, I go, so what does an extra special tire like that run for a replacement? And she goes, $500 for one. And I go, for that price, it should repel screws.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm just like, holy shit. And because it's an electric, you can't tow or anything. Electric automatically has to be taken with a flatbed.
they're very difficult to tow because Will does the repo. He's like, never worry about getting your Tesla towed because it's a really difficult car to repo. To tow, not just repo, but...
Yeah, it must, like, with the way that the wheel is with the electric, it must not be like a free-moving, wheel, right?
Yeah,
It's got to have drive, I guess, to move it.
I just know it's a pain in the butt, he says.
Yeah, she was saying you have to go on a flatbed. I'm like, holy crap. And then they're so heavy, too, right? I mean, the weight of those batteries, I mean, it doesn't even have a spare. So, the car... because of the weight and all this and that, and the way with the electric, they don't even give you a spare with them. So you're just down. You ended up stopping, I think you just said, at 2 different gas stations to get it to the dealership, and she had to put air in it twice.
Wow. Now you better not pop a tire.
And she goes, might need you to run, how does she put it? You need to, like, run point for me. And I go, oh, so I'm the Patsy, thanks. It's amazing how much one tire like that, costs. I was like, wow.
And they want everybody to switch to electric cars, but they don't really make any...
Yeah, because I was thinking, she said it was a new cutting-edge tire. I wonder if because of the weight, they have to do something with the sidewall, the ply. Because I know, like, my dad with his, when he had that 35, foot fifth wheel, the weight on that, he had a 10-ply... tire on the side, stiffer sidewalls to support the weight. So you would almost think that would have to be similar with these cars. They're going like 5,000-6,000 pounds.
Yeah, that's a lot.
They're heavy.
That's a heavy car.
She big. She a biggin.
That's a big bitch.
It's a nice looking car. Don't get me wrong.
I'm sure. Did you see the new Tesla truck?
I've seen the Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen like on commercials and.
It looks fake. I haven't seen it in real life.
It almost looks like it's kind of like almost spaceship type.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But I mean, they want everybody to have electric cars in the future, but nothing is like obtainable, affordable.
Yeah.
I can't afford a 6-figure car. Even the cheapest Tesla's not that cheap.
The one
in my opinion.
Like, it has everything. I mean, everything is done like on the phone, which comes in. It like comes in. It knows when she starts to work. She's got a time set, like a schedule, a calendar. The car is already with its lights on, everything lit up. The time that she goes into the garage because it's set up for that, and then the radio. You just do this motion, and it turns up the radio, turns down the radio. Wow. And all things. Instead of like, a knob or whatever, it looks like they're like crystals for like the door handles. Just everything is just so like up end. It's a BMW, so I guess that's why.
It's a BMW. Yeah, I don't.
But I mean, what a nice looking car. But you call that a practical thing for everybody like you said, own? It's just too much.
I just don't. Because then what happens if your phone goes out? All of a sudden, everybody's phones. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I don't like AI being too powerful, like too much in control. I like to be in control when I'm behind the wheel.
Oh, I hear you.
And knowing that like there could be some mastermind puppeteer behind the AI, and I don't know, they can just control your car for you at any point.
Woman, I'm taking you off road.
Yeah. Like, say your prayers. You're about to meet the baby Jesus today.
Well, like the one that I got, I have a lane assist. If you leave the lane assist on, you don't use your blinker, and you go to do like a turn lane around somebody's making a left. As soon as you cross that thing, it jerks you right back into the lane.
Right.
So I turn that off. Then I have that. It's like a cruise control thing that you can monitor the distance to be larger, shorter, and then what it does, it automatically slows down the car to keep your distance the same. I don't ever have to do anything. Every time somebody goes in front of you, it taps the brake and slows you down. I feel like so I turn that off.
Yeah.
It's like you're never going to get there because the way people drive.
Right, exactly.
You leave a minute in front of you, a second, they're cutting in front of you, and then the car slows down to put the same gap that you have programmed into it. I'm like, Nice stops, right? I mean, for safety and all.
I get it. I get the selling point. But what if somebody, back to the whole puppeteer, what if somebody hacks the system and then decides to run every electric car, whatever system they're hacking, off the road?
There is a movie about that where
Yeah,
it was
with
one of the
Julia
Fast
Roberts.
Fives. It was one of the Fast and Furious ones too.
Oh,
They took
really?
control of all the cars, and they ended up getting them all in
could happen.
accidents.
That can't happen with my gas-powered car. No. Yeah, so what was that movie? Did you watch it with Julia Roberts? Oh, what was it? It was like the world was ending.
I'm not sure. I must not have watched it.
I think you did, and the girl was watching Friends.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what was it called?
Oh. Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but yeah,
But
you're right.
you know what I'm talking
She
about.
got
That
hooked
scene.
on the Friends show.
Yeah,
and wanted to
the
finish
daughter.
it. Yeah.
And there was the scene where all the Teslas were being controlled.
That might have been. Maybe it wasn't the Fast Five. Maybe it was that one.
They were like all, they were all running into each other, driving without anybody behind the wheel.
Yeah.
What is that movie called?
I can't remember. We'll have to Google it when we get done here. Like, I go over, I dropped off a little cash. My dad, was getting those mower fixed that were taken up north.
Mm-hmm.
So I split it with him. I get there, my mom's computer's frozen with your Windows, account has been this and that. To continue using, I have to call this or this. Somebody in her email had something that she opened up, clicked on. I had to power down her computer for her, start it back up.
Ooh.
I mean, it's just like, and I had to reset her password last week because her bank advised her because somebody had been doing something and they wanted her and she didn't know how to reset her password.
Something funny going on.
So I had to do that, and I told her, I says, I don't want to hear it, Mom. And I said, I think it's those games that you play, those casino games on your computer. I think they're hawking you. She says, well, it's not gambling or anything. I go, but those are the sites where these guys go around and they figure, you're here, maybe you are a gambler and you got money. You're just not gambling there. You're just honing your skills in.
Hey, there you go.
But, it's just...
Like that movie Beekeeper, did you see that?
Oh, that was an excellent movie.
That was so good.
That was such a
excellent.
good... It was a good, fresh take on a different type of movie, which I really... You know how they do something and they make 6 of them right in a row and they get, Remember the Saw movie when it was done? Now they're up to Saw 10 or something like that.
Yeah, I don't like them.
I mean, the first one was original, but
I agree.
They just they got too many of them too quick now. That Beekeeper...
Actually, the second one was good too, Saw.
Yeah. But man, when he came in and he just went to protect the woman that kind of took him in, did whatever, I'm like... And then the whole Beekeeper with the hive, I wasn't understanding, but then it made so much sense when everything was explained. I mean,
I agree.
The queen takes care of the hive, and then you have the workers, and sometimes the queen is overthrown.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good flick.
I watched it a couple different times.
Yeah, we have it. We own it
and
now.
everything. But,
All right.
well, thanks, kid.
It's my pleasure. Always my
Appreciate you.
pleasure. Thanks for watching. Bye.